Hi students, this is Ashok Kumar, MCA, Faculty of Computer Science. Dear students, today our topic is Components of Database Management System. The database components broadly divided into 5 categories, that is hardware, software, people nothing but users, the procedures, and data. Here a diagrammatic view of database components. Look here students, procedures and standards, end users, programmers, database designers, database administrator, system administrator, application programs, DBMS, data, hardware. Here end users, programmers, database designers, database administrator, system administrator, these all are users. End users using the application programs. These application programs written by the programmers, and using these application programs we can access the DBMS database. The database is organized by DBMS. This DBMS is maintained by the database administrator, and database administrator gives some access to database designer. These database designers design the database using database utilities. These can design the database, and system administrator is responsible for system operations. This data is stored on hardware devices like DVDs, hard disk, like that, and the total procedures and standards will be designed by the system analysts. Okay, this is the diagrammatic view of database management system. Let's move to our first one, hardware. Hardware is the one of the most important component of DBMS. It means the data stored on floppy disks, CDs, and secondary storage media. Look here, it refers to all the system physical devices like computers. Here hardware nothing but physical devices like computer, that is nothing but PCs, workstations, servers, and supercomputers. These workstations and PCs, servers, and supercomputers are you are already learned on your first semester. And storage devices like printers, network devices such as hubs, switches, routers, fiber optics. These are the hardware devices, and other devices like automated teller machines, ID readers, and so on. These are all are belongs to hardware. And next one, software. Although the most readability identified software is the DBMS itself. To make the database system functionality fully, 3 types of softwares are needed. If you want to access DBM software, we need 3 types of software. First one, operating system software, and second one, DBMS software, and third one, application programs. First of all, operating system. An operating system manages all hardware components and make it possible for all other software to run on computers. If any computer will not work without operating system, so operating system also one of the needed software for computer. For example of operating system software include Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Unix, and MVS. These all are types of operating system. Without operating system, computer will not work. Then after only we can install DBMS software. DBMS software, it manages the database within the database system. Some examples of DBMS software include Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle Corporation Oracle, Sun Microsystems MySQL, and IBM's DB2. These are the examples of DBMS software. And next one, application programs and utilities. These are the front-end programs. These are used to access and manipulate data in the DBMS and to manage the computer environment in which data access and manipulation takes place. Application programs are most commonly used to access data found within the found within the database to generate reports, tabulations, and other information to facilitate decision making. Utils are the software tools used to help manage the database system computer component. For example, all of the major DBMS vendors now provide graphical user interface, simply called GUI, to help create database structures, control database access, and monitor database operations. Here, application program is nothing but front-end applications. We already discussed it in our previous lessons. And next one, DBMS users. DBMS user nothing but people who are using the database called DBMS users. This component includes all DBMS users on the basis of primary job functions. Five types of users can be identified in the database system, that is system administrator, database designer, system analyst, and programmers and end users. Each user type described below perform both unique and complementary function. First one, system administrator. System administrator oversees the database system general operations. Total system operations were covered by the system administrator. Database administrator, also known as DBA, manage the DBMS and ensure that the database is functioning properly. It is the head of DBMS. And database designers, these are working under the DBA. Database designers design the database structure. They are in effect the database architect. If the database design is poor, even the best application program and the most dedicated DBA cannot produce a useful database environment. Database designer or his productivity is not properly, the database management does not work properly. And next one, system analyst. And programmers design and implement the application program. They design and create the data entry screens, reports, and procedures through which the end user access and manipulate the database data. System analyst nothing but a front-end designers. Front-end pages are designed using the system analyst. Sometimes it is called programmers, front-end programmers. And last one, end users. These are the people who use the application programs to run the organization daily operations. For example, stake clerks, supervisors, managers, and directors are all classified as end users. High-level end users employ the information obtained from the database to make tactical and strategic business decisions. End user nothing but who use the database called data end users. Next one, procedures. Procedures are the instructions and rules that govern in the design and use of the database system. Procedures are another important component of DBM system. Procedures play an important role in company because they enforce the standard by which business is conducted with the organization and with the customers. Procedures are also used to ensure that there is an organization way to monitor and audit both the data that enter the database and the information that is generated through the use of data. Here procedure nothing but restrictions placed on data. Which type of data is inserted, which type of data is not valid, that instructions are written in these procedures. Next one, data. Data nothing but the end users enters the data into the front-end application, that is nothing but data. The data would cover the collection of facts stored in the data